Prezi Rolly, we've been working overtime.
Hello and welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week, and the wait is finally over. It's time to play ball.
And off we go from Denver. CeeDee Lamb to return it from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State, now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to hell and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, Wentz being chased out left. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
In any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. And this play was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's Wentz to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Wentz now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. Fielded at the 20. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he powers his way up past the 30. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From From the gun, it's Jackson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
My scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From the 24, Wentz. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Columbus with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Patterson. Taken down at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here's Jackson to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A gain of 15. And the Columbus first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Christian Okoye taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Aviators have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Carson Wentz and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gonzalez. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Wentz now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Shockey. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. From just shy of midfield, Wentz throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gonzalez. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Draw play, Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll roll him out right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wentz going to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quiddy Pay. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The
idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he's got the hook up for the first time with Herman Moore. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he's got Shockey. Just inside the 12. Give them credit. They knew if they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And he's got his big tight end here. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Carson wins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This is it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed allow football a full half to be played.
Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters. Apologies to Coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. Third quarter action ready to go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. They go play action now. Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Luke Kuechly came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Jackson. He's got Casper over the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Touchdown! DK Metcalf, 77 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Wentz's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now Wentz. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Carson Wentz, his second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third. Welcome back now to Denver, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the 25 on second down, Jackson. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be incomplete. And sensing the momentum, maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
They'll look to set up his blockers. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Carson Wentz in the offense. Down by 7. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Up past the 30. Second down coming up.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as he'll get it with still a minute 20 left to go in the game. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. Open man is Andre Reed, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. To throw is Wentz. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
York now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that
point. 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Poyer. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at in the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the right side with Elliott. to the 27-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Especially this part of the field. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score at OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of